Thoughts of the week. I know, I've not done this video series in so long. I've just been caught up in my own funk. I've just been kind of having a video block of sorts, I guess. I don't know. I just haven't been feeling doing a video series like this in a while. Now I kind of have a urge to do it again. So there you have it. So in this video, I want to talk about RWBY. RWBY is on their 5th season right now. If those of you who don't know, it's a Rooster Teeth animated series. I reviewed the first 3 seasons. You could look at that somewhere on my channel, but I want to say something that is kind of concerning. I don't know if the originals, if season 1 and 2 had a yearly span. I don't know if those were yearly seasons or not, but if Rooster Teeth's intention was to make RWBY a yearly show, I kind of feel a little concerned and a little disappointed with it because I did not review the 4th season because I just didn't feel like it because that season felt so boring to me. Nothing of value was taken away from it. It just felt so safe, and it just kind of felt like, oh, we have to continue the story, so we gotta have this here, we gotta have that here. Okay, we cannot have anything that's gonna be resolved, and that's what's the underlying feeling I have. Even with the new season, I don't even think that RWBY will ever get resolved. I don't think they're gonna resolve any of the enemies. I don't think we're gonna, see that, and that's something that's a little concerning because you could definitely have a show continue, but just change the kind of enemies and stories that you see. You don't really need to keep Salem as the main antagonist. So I'm kind of hoping somewhere down the line that we just kind of have a different enemy at some point that's a completely different story. That's not like, well, we're going to continue the same story, just, okay, Salem wasn't the big bad guy, it's someone else that's controlling her. Like, I hope it's nothing like that. I mean, that's kind of lazy, and that's just kind of moving the goalposts of sorts. And that's ultimately the issue I have with RWBY. If it's going to be a yearly show, then it's going to take a lot of resources from the creators because they have to animate a show within a year. They have to write the show, they have to record the lines, they have to animate the lines, they have to do all this stuff within a year. And that's ultimately going to start causing a lot of issues down the line because you might have on and off seasons where one season might be shitty and then the next season might be good, then the next season might be shitty, and so on, because you can't really expect a staff to make a good show with that kind of time strain. Like, for example, the Legend of Korra game, the video game, was made arguably with less than a year of development, and that game it's playable, but it just feels like that they cut a lot of corners. That's why the animation looks kind of stiff within the gameplay and in the animation cutscenes you see. It feels stiff, janky, the combat feels kind of unfinished and unpolished because they probably didn't have a lot of time to work on this game. If Platinum Games were given an average amount of time to work on that game probably would have looked like an actual video game that would have been probably a lot better than what we ended up getting, and that's what's gonna happen with RWBY. The thing is that the animation is very generic that they're using. They're using kind of safe ways of animating, which is kind of lazy, and I never really liked the animation to begin with. The animation with RWBY always seemed floaty and kind of weightless. There's no weight to any of the hits in the fight scenes. The choreography is fine. It's kind of showy, but when they land a hit, you don't feel the impact. It's not like when you watch Gurren Lagann or when you watch Kill la Kill in a lot of ways where these action scenes feel a lot of weight to them. And when I say Kill la Kill, I'm talking about the good episodes of Kill la Kill that actually have a lot of good animation in them, not episode 20. Episode 20 is garbage. We're gonna pretend the episode never exists. But that's the issue I have with RWBY. I don't think that it being a yearly show is gonna make the show any better or worthwhile. And this current season, it's kind of okay. It's slightly better than season 4, but I don't think it's as good as season 3. And season 3 wasn't even that great to begin with. Season 3 was just a lot better because it gave some ideas as to what was going on with the good guys and the bad guys. You kind of have some idea what's going on. Now it's just kind of generic. Now it feels like, okay, well, the bad guys just want to be super powerful, and want to control the world. Oh, the White Fang guy, Adam, wants to control the White Fang, and he wants to control the world. Oh, Ruby and her team wants to... It just kind of feels generic, and it doesn't feel like anything interesting. It doesn't feel like there's any gray area with anything other than maybe the good guys. Like, you know, I just don't relate with anything. Like, I don't really feel anything with the bad guys. I don't understand their cause. Like, why are they doing the things that they're doing? And these questions should at least be given to the viewer. And these are things that are, like, kind of frustrating when I'm watching this. It's like, okay, cool, they have a whole team of bad guys, but why? And it's like, okay, they want to get the maidens. They want to harvest the maiden power, but why? These are... Like, it's like, but that's the point of the story. That's why you keep coming back to RWBY, is to find out why, and this that. But it's like, it's kind of pandering. It's kind of like leading me around the nose just to hope that this episode will resolve something or give me something to chew on. Like, again, Volume 3 gave me something to chew on because, oh, they're going after the maiden. Okay, they want to get power. That's something that I've been wanting to know for the first 2 seasons. Now I should know why they want this power. Not, okay, they want the power. Okay, cool, but why? And it's just that's kind of frustrating. And the fact that we still have not seen the other maidens that are, walking around is kind of frustrating as well. We've seen the Fall Maiden. Now I think it's time to see the other maidens. And this and that. Like, that there needs to be something more. And the fact that they're just kind of stringing us along for seasons on end is fucking frustrating. That's really one of the reasons why I just did not want to review Volume 4, because I didn't feel like I cared. There was nothing in Volume 4 that made me care about what's going on. There was some cool stuff in Volume 4, sure. It did some things that were fine, but it just did not give me enough reason to care, and that is a problem. Like, Volume 5 is okay. So far, it's kind of whatever. It's not really... I've not seen enough episodes to kind of have a very solid opinion of it, but it's kind of doing okay so far. And that's fine. But it needs to continue. It needs to add more to what it's showing. How long are we gonna sit here and expect the show to someday maybe give us some answers on some things? Like, I don't think that the villains are gonna end. I think the villains are gonna be going on forever and ever. They're always gonna, get away at the last possible minute. I just don't like that in shows. I've seen a lot of shows that do that, and it bothers me. And it's happening with Voltron as well. Voltron's a Netflix series as well. It's based on the 80s cartoon, sure, but Voltron is also exhibiting the same fucking issues. Not giving the enemies a gray area kind of morality to them. They're not very interesting characters. There might be one enemy that was kind of interesting, but they kind of wrote him off in a way, or did something to him that was like kind of okay, whatever. But RWBY is doing the same fucking shit that kind of makes me just scratch my head, saying, why are we okay with this? Like, honestly, Rooster Teeth, if you're watching this show, watching this video, please make RWBY better. Please take more time with the development of it. Don't make it like Call of Duty. Don't make it a yearly show. I really don't think that's a good idea. It will run the development dry. Take the time to make better animation, to improve the animation. Make it so that each action scene has some weight to the blows that they have. Make it so that they're not floaty. I mean, I can't tell you how annoying it is when one of the female characters sits down with their skirts, and their skirts are like kind of, puffed all the way the fuck up, where you kind of see their underwear, but you don't see their underwear. Of course not. So their legs are just kind of floating out of nothing. Why? Then why design these characters with ridiculous skirts if you can't show underwear then? Like, what the fuck are these character designs half the time? Like, the top half is fine, great designs, but when you get to their skirts, it's like, puffed the fuck up. If you're not going to show any underwear because the fucking way that is puffed up is kind of revealing, then don't have it puff up, guys. I mean, what the fuck are these designs? Someone needs to look at how they animate the fucking skirts, how they animate the fucking characters, and just sit there and say, maybe we should really reevaluate how we fucking animate these characters. Maybe RWBY is not a good show to animate in 3D. Maybe RWBY would be better off being a 2D animated show. Maybe that would be better off, because oddly enough, when usually some of the credits in the show, they show some character artwork that's in 2D, looks a lot better than the fucking show that's running in 3D. Alright, that's my little thought on RWBY. Let me know if you agree in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching this video. See you in the next one. Have a good day, everyone.